Hey there, fellow homeowners! Getting ready to tackle the electrical in your new house? You're in the right place. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast or just want to understand the process better, we'll break down residential wiring step by step. We'll cover the basics from different wire types to planning your layout and even touch on important safety measures. Let's get started.
This guide is for anyone who wants to demystify the world of electrical wiring. We'll use clear language and practical examples to make sure you feel confident about each stage of the process. Remember, safety is paramount when it comes to electricity, so we'll emphasize best practices throughout. Electrical wiring is the unsung hero of our homes. It's what brings life to our lights, powers our appliances, and keeps us connected to the world. Without it, our modern lives would grind to a halt. Think about it. Your morning coffee maker, the lights that chase away the darkness, the phone charger that keeps you connected, they all rely on a network of wires hidden within your walls. Understanding how this network functions is crucial for ensuring a safe and functional home. Just like we use different tools for different tasks, electricians use various types of wiring for specific purposes. 3 main categories are important to know.
Power wiring. This is the workhorse of your electrical system, carrying electricity to your outlets and light fixtures. It's what lets you plug in your lamps, phone chargers, and all those other gadgets we rely on. Appliance wiring. Larger appliances like ovens, refrigerators, and air conditioners need dedicated circuits with thicker wires to handle their higher power demands. These circuits are designed to prevent overloading and potential hazards. Low voltage wiring. This type of wiring handles signals for things like internet, cable TV, security systems, and even your doorbell. It uses thinner, more flexible cables because it carries less electrical current.
Before any wires are run, careful planning is essential. This involves determining your power needs, planning circuit locations, and ensuring everything complies with safety codes. Think about where you'll need outlets, switches, and light fixtures. Consider furniture placement and how you'll use each room. This helps avoid situations where you're constantly relying on extension cords, a sure sign of poor planning.
Remember those safety codes? They're like the rules of the road for electrical work. In North America, the National Electrical Code or Canadian Electrical Code sets the standards for safe installations. These codes dictate things like wire sizes, circuit breaker ratings, and proper grounding techniques. Always consult with a qualified electrician to ensure your wiring plan meets these crucial safety requirements.
Alright, so now let's talk about the wires themselves. The most common type you'll encounter in residential wiring is NM cable, which a lot of folks just call Romex. It's a sheathed cable that contains 2 or more insulated wires, making it, well, relatively easy to work with.
For areas exposed to moisture or potential damage, like basements or garages, conduit wiring is a safer bet. This involves running individual wires through protective metal or plastic tubes called conduits. It offers superior protection against physical damage and moisture.
And in situations where extra protection is needed, like when you're running wires underground or through concrete, you'll want to use armored cable, also known as BX cable. This stuff has a flexible metal sheath that shields the wires inside from impact and abrasion.
Finally, low-voltage systems, such as those for your internet or security system, use thinner, more flexible cables. These cables are often shielded to prevent interference from other electrical signals. With the planning done and materials chosen, it's time for the rough-in phase. This is where electricians run the wires through your home's framing before the walls are closed up. It's a crucial stage that requires careful attention to detail and safety.
So, electricians will drill holes through studs and joists to create pathways for the wires. They'll use specialized tools like fish tapes and wire pullers to guide the cables through these tight spaces. And, proper labeling of wires throughout the process is essential to avoid confusion later on.
Safety is paramount during the rough-in. Electricians will ensure all wiring is properly grounded to prevent electrical shocks. They'll also install junction boxes wherever wires are connected, providing secure and accessible points for future maintenance or modifications. The electrical panel, sometimes called the breaker box or distribution panel, is honestly the heart of your home's entire electrical system. It's where the main power supply enters your house and then gets distributed out to all the various circuits throughout your home.
The panel houses circuit breakers, which act as very important safety devices. Each breaker is designed to trip and interrupt the flow of electricity if it detects an overload or a short circuit on its corresponding circuit. This helps prevent damage to your appliances and, of course, reduces the risk of fire.
A well-organized electrical panel is really essential for both safety and ease of use. Each breaker should be clearly labeled to show which area or appliances it serves. That way, it's easy to identify and reset any tripped breakers if you ever need to.
Once the walls are up and the building is getting close to completion, it's time for what's called the trim-out phase. This is when electricians come in and install all the visible components of your electrical system: outlets, switches, light fixtures, and all that good stuff.
Electricians will carefully connect wires to outlets, making sure there's proper polarity and secure connections. Switches get installed at convenient heights, and light fixtures are mounted and wired according to your lighting plan.
After everything's been installed, each circuit is tested thoroughly to make sure it's working correctly and safely. That means checking for proper voltage, continuity, and grounding. Only after passing these tests is your electrical system really ready for use.
Safety should always be your #1 priority when it comes to electricity, no question about it.
Here are some essential safety practices to keep in mind. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are special outlets designed to prevent electrical shocks in wet locations, like bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoors. They work by detecting imbalances in the electrical current and quickly shutting off power to prevent electrocution. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or AFCIs, protect against dangerous electrical arcs that can happen in damaged wiring or faulty appliances. They're especially important in bedrooms, where the risk of fire from arcing is higher. Proper grounding is also crucial. Grounding provides a safe path for electricity to flow to the ground in case of a fault. This is so important for preventing electrical shocks and protecting your appliances.
Just remember, electricity is absolutely unforgiving. Always turn off the power at the breaker before you attempt any electrical work, no matter how small the task might seem. And if you're ever unsure about something, really, don't hesitate to call a qualified electrician. It's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to electrical safety.
Congratulations! You've journeyed through the world of residential electrical wiring. You now have a better understanding of the different types of wiring, the planning process, and the importance of safety.
Remember, a well-wired home is a safe and functional home. While this guide gives you a pretty comprehensive overview, always consult with licensed electricians for your specific project. They have the expertise and experience to make sure your electrical system meets all safety codes and works flawlessly for years to come.
Building or renovating a home can really be an adventure, and understanding the electrical aspect is a big step towards creating a space that's both beautiful and safe for you and your loved ones. Happy wiring!